Psychic News Network. Today is Wednesday, July 26th.
Excuse me, I wonder if I could ask you something.
Sure.
There should be like a section, housing section, that the state takes care of people who are handicapped. Is it this street?
I am a guest, so I'm not sure.
Hillcrest or Elcrest or something like that?
I don't know. I live in Massachusetts.
I need to go see somebody in that village, but I don't know which street to take to get in there.
Where are you trying to get to?
Excuse me, everyone.
Oh, sorry. Where are you
Do you
trying?
know where it is, Elcrest or Hillcrest?
Just trying to help
It's
someone.
a housing unit where the city and the state takes
Hang on.
people who are handicapped and so on. Should be around here somewhere.
So what happened was I decided that I wanted to stay and not go back to my hot office. And so I'm still in Maine. And somebody needed help with something, and I couldn't help them. Thomas is in the building.
I know it's in the
Gonna ask my sis to cut up the watermelon. So anyway, we're gonna go over what's going on in the news. I hope you all are doing well and that you're staying nice and cool. Murphy's Law says we'll be interrupted, but that's okay. Hi, Amanda. What we're going to do is we're going to pull a crystal ball card. Aliens, strokes, liars. Who had a stroke? Do tell. I've been talking about Mitch. He was lightheaded. I don't... Well, we can take a look and see if it was a stroke, but I have to, I need a little bit more privacy first. I have been talking about Mitch for a while, and I have been saying that he hasn't been the same since that fall when he hit his head. Remember?
all kinds of buttons.
Yeah, I'll pull everything out after I have, I'm in the clear. I'm not in the clear at the moment, so I'm just going to pull one of these cards. The Hermit. No, it wasn't. No, he was lightheaded. I instantly got that he got lightheaded, that he was dehydrated, that it had to do with the medication that he's taking, and that's what I get on Mitch. Yeah, Sinead O'Connor passed away. She was struggling with mental instability, and we'll take a look at how she's doing on the other side too. Thank you. So nice to be here. It's so nice to be outdoors. I did a lot of convolutions to set this up. But here I am. The Hermit. Okay. I think this card is just reflecting that I'm waiting for clearance at the moment. So let's, the card is picking up on my energy. It was like, I want to be alone right now with my viewers. My sis planted these, so to a little flower pot. So hang on, because I'm just kind of waiting. I don't want to be too out. Yeah, I have to wait. This has been kind of my experience here. And when I was in the woods, oh, please check out that video. Please check out that video of when I was in the woods, and there was all kinds of nature speaks stuff going on. So let's just wait. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, it's like it's got a bunch of little villages.
Let us know what you're doing to stay cool.
Yeah, and they have a recreation room.
Probably a cul-de-sac.
I don't know, when it's close to this.
Wasn't that so? In the nature vid, a lot of people pointed out to me at the end of that video, and it's under the videos. It's under the videos, and there was all kinds of nature happening. And my viewers pointed out to me that towards the end, you have to watch the whole thing. A hawk flew right over my head. And I saw it go into the woods, and I didn't realize that it had gone right over my head until people pointed that out to me, that it had gone right over my head. And let me just say, I was stunned. I was like, woo, that's weird. woo, I wasn't alone, and that's happened to me before. Yeah, it's happened to me before, so I looked it up, you know, in a different location where a hawk flew right over my head. And so I looked it up, and it had to do with spiritual leadership. So that's a good thing. That's what I'm working on. So it's a good confirmation. Bunnies? You see bunnies? It's 111 degrees where Linda is. So, wow. Where are you, Linda? Remind me.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Having a whopper of a thunderstorm here. This microphone picks up everything. You gotta hand it to the iPad people because it picks up everything. So I might as well warn everybody there's gonna be a loud truck coming.
Yeah, let them know. It's just you're not in a
Loud
real-
truck coming.
It's a dead end, but it's still kind of a noisy area sometimes.
They just showed up because I just started, right? Isn't that the way it works? There was nobody here.
I know that was
As soon
so
as I
unusual.
started.
And I didn't know what she was talking about. I didn't know where she was looking for. All right, I'm gonna go take a shower.
Okay. I'm doing my best. I was talking to my sister. Okay. She just went back in. I'll let her know you said hello and that you like her flowers. All right. Let's go with it now. I apologize for the delay. Thanks for being here. I'm pulling a card for the collective to start the reading tonight, and I get the death card, which is about spiritual transformation, a time of change and new beginnings. Embrace the change as a fresh start. Draw a line under the past in order to move forward in a positive direction. I've been getting the message really strongly lately that we have to start envisioning that we're winning. We have to start envisioning. Diane's doing her knee exercises. Good, we'll send you healing. We have to start envisioning a democracy that's working well, and that the people that are pushing fascism are out of power. All right. We really, really, really do. We need to vision the light that we are winning. It's so important. Bring the light in. And the death card indicates, has the energy been a little weird today? Well, that was kind of weird. So we have to take the time every day to visualize. Oh, and Thomas said the light turned on when I said that. Yeah, and the hawk flew over my head yesterday. Trying to remember what I was talking about at the moment when that happened. I have a really cool t-shirt. I'll show it to you on Friday. I found a really cool t-shirt with something awesome written on it. I'll show it to you on Friday, so make sure you come back. I'm not going to go run around in the heat and try to find it right now. But it had to do with, don't forget to focus on what you want to happen in this country. It's really, really important. So that's what the death card is indicative of. I did make it to the beach today, which is kind of why I stuck around a little bit longer. I'm heading back tonight after we have some watermelon. I've not ever seen a kettle of hawks. Okay. I have my bug spray ready. Yay beach. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful. It was awesome. Let's ask the pendulum. Did Mitch McConnell... My impression, as I said, was it was heat exhaustion and that he was dehydrated, and it was medication based because he's taken a lot of medication, and that can mess with your hydration level. Is that accurate? What I'm picking up on Mitch McConnell? That's accurate. I don't know why people are saying that it was a stroke. It wasn't a stroke. Earth Mama loves Maine. Come to Maine. Everybody else is. Lots of coastline here in Maine. Lots of beaches are long, and not too crowded, which is great. We have a bunch of people in the house 10 minutes in, so thanks for coming. It can't be the heat. His office is air conditioning. I read that Mitch McConnell felt lightheaded at a press conference. Did I get the story wrong? And he felt lightheaded and maybe he had to, step aside. Love my outside readings. Thank you, Thomas. I'm going to do my best to, as you can see, it's challenging, but I'm going to do my best to be outside a few times a week at least in the summer. So I do feel that it was the heat. Yeah. Remember the other night I was saying to you all to please be careful in this heat because it's not like the old-fashioned heat. It's not like that. Yeah, well, if he couldn't talk, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean a stroke. He was barely there 2 minutes to get overcome by the heat. They were inside covered. Yeah, but you don't know what he was doing before that. You don't know if he got up in the morning and where's my big water bottle? Just got a new water bottle. You don't know if Mitch McConnell got up in the morning and had his, quota of... I'm just not picking up that. I'm not picking that up. So I just tell it like I get it, right? So... And that goes for everybody. The heat, this is a different kind of heat. It's really, really humid. Could have been loss of blood pressure. It could have been connected to the heat. He looked like the lights are on, but nobody is there. But I want to remind you all, I've been saying that since he had that. I've been saying that since he had that fall. And I'm really surprised that Mitch is still working because after that fall, he was never the same. And I really think that the other Republicans are, they do this with Chuck Grassley. The cruel Republicans. They kind of use him as a puppet. That's what they did with Grassley. He should have been eating some watermelon to hydrate him. Exactly, Thomas. I told my sister that it's Watermelon Wednesday and we bought a watermelon, but she hasn't cut it yet. We'll see if she remembers. Help me out. Anyhow, just so you know, her husband has a loud pickup truck and he's going to be driving down the road momentarily. And then we'll just pause until the noise stops. Okay. A funny thing is that yesterday when I was in the woods doing that video, and do watch that video, it's just 30 minutes. I'm going to start doing 30-minute videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays that I upload. What I blurted out, and I didn't mean to blurt it out, but it just came out of my mouth. I was talking about there's going to be a big paradigm shift. I don't even remember what I was referring to. I'll go back and look. But the paradigm shift came out as, like when the aliens come. And then lo and behold, I just had MSNBC on, and lo and behold, what I saw was that they were talking about aliens being real, and some naysayer was on saying they're not real. I don't know who it was. I was only halfway listening. And then I heard another report that they have physical remains of ETs. So which is it? The witch asked with the witch's tarot. Which is it? We're going to pull 3 cards about that. And this is my little table over here. So, hang on. My lap will be my table. I do my best for you all because I love you. We're reading on the aliens. There will come a time in the not too distant future that we make peace with the aliens. I'm telling you the truth. Because these 2 cards, just asking about ETs, are where we do eventually, I'm getting the number 3, it's probably in 3 years, we come to a place where we make peace with the idea that we are not alone. We're not ready for that just yet. And we agree that something's going on, even if we don't get into what exactly is going on. We will mostly, in about 3 years, we will mostly be in agreement that something's going on, that ETs are real. Yeah, I just caught a couple of little blurbs from the hearing that they had on unidentified air, I don't know, what do they call them now? The UFOs. We will eventually meet the ETs. We've been taking their technology forever. Electrostorm. It's so funny because I've said this before. I go around sometimes thinking that, oh, everybody knows that, and then I realize it's a psychic impression, and probably not everybody has psychic impressions. The justice card is we will, once we feel, this doesn't have to do with the courts. Once we feel that the aliens are not here to harm us, we will make peace with the idea. You're not up on alien tech. Well, what I mean, you got kicked off of what? You shouldn't have gotten kicked off of anything, Gloria. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, truth has always been out there. That's true, from the X-Files, that saying. So I'm getting 3. I feel like in 3 years, we're going to be in a different place with the whole idea of aliens. And they've been here forever, and we are connected to them. Not all of them. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. Okay. Your chat is acting up. Yeah, Gloria, I don't know what's going on with your internet. Fortunately, the reason that I'm here and not in an outdoor location is because if I'm going to be live stream, I need a Wi-Fi connection. That's why I'm right outside the house here. Okie dokie. Let's read on Rudy. The aliens come in peace. Let's read on Rudy. I told you many months ago that Rudy was going to go to jail. I'm going to start writing these things down so that when they happen, I'll say, yeah, okay, check, just, go down the checklist, check, okay. So we can move on to the other topics. Rudy Giuliani. Hey, Damon. When the chat acts up, he goes out and comes back in. Good advice, good suggestion. You said Sterling the Psychic calls for 2026. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting. Jail would be good for Rudy because he would have to sober up, right? See, Gloria, people love you so much. They want to help you out. You guys are awesome. I go to all this trouble to make sure I can meet with you at Monday, Wednesday, and Friday live at 7 because you're so worth it. It's so wonderful. This is Rudy. This would be jail. This would be prison. It's not Rikers, but Rudy's going to be in confinement. If Biden did that, they'd have to remove him. It was scary to watch. I'm not sure. Are you referring to Mitch McConnell? Okay, these are the surrender cards for Rudy Giuliani. He has to surrender. And it looks like prison. Aw, Damon, you're so sweet. He says, I'm worth $1 trillion. That's the sweetest thing that's the sweetest amount anybody ever said that I'm worth. The King of Wands. Yeah, this is justice coming for Rudy. But Rudy knows it. No, I didn't know Corey was real sick. I haven't been in town. I haven't been in Gloucester. What's wrong? Tell me more. I'll check it out. Mitch appeared to have a Tia during his speech. Don't know what that means. I think you mean tick. Ask about the neutrinos passing through everything currently from the center of our galaxy. I have to understand the question. Okay, here comes the loud truck, I think. It's Might be the loud truck. It is the loud truck. It's not that bad. That's my sister's husband. Thomas, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Transient ischemic attack. I don't know what that is. I can ask if that's what it was, but I kind of, my impression is that it was, well, it could have been that triggered by heat. The pendulum, I just keep getting, no, it wasn't a stroke. No, I don't really get that. I don't get that. I mean, those things may have happened when he fell the first time. Yeah, James, I was just talking about that. They said they have recovered alien bodies, right? So there are a few things going on in that hearing today about ETs. We're reading on Rudy. Going to prison, has to surrender. He has surrendered. And this is justice. So there's that. I can't figure out if it's hazy out here or if it's, I think it's hazy. Or if I smudged my camera lens. You can see me okay, right? What do I think about the crane fire in New York? Jeez, you walk away from the news for a few hours and all this stuff happens. Yeah, it's hazy. I think it's hazy. Brain damage from the fall could be. But I just, yeah, CM, I'm in total agreement. I think Mitch was dehydrated and had a little vertigo. That's what I got. Okay, so justice for Rudy. Let's ask. Let's ask it, I know the birds are going wild, huh? Yeah, good. I know you can see me fine. I just noticed there's a lot of haze, but I think that's the weather. Is Rudy going to prison for a long period of time, say a year? Get in a year. Let's see. Is it going to be longer than a year's time he serves in prison? Wow. Okay, so we're asking about Rudy Giuliani. And I said months ago he was going to jail, prison. Is it going to be more than 5 years? Not more than 5 years. What's up with Rudy? Rudy Colludi, like Michael Cohen calls him appropriately? He's guilty. I mean, he's admitted that he lied about the poll workers in Georgia. You want to see Barbie? Thomas went to see Barbie. I get 3 years. Yeah. Okay. Is he going for 3 years? 4 years? I get 4 years. Hey Terry. I get that Rudy's up for 4 years. Any period of time for, yeah, absolutely, James. Any amount of time for Rudy is a long time because he's up there. He's up there. There's going to be a few of them going to jail. That is for sure. All right. Yeah. But I get that he's going to get a 4-year sentence. And it's going to be hell for him because he's going to have to detox. I don't think they have a bar in prison. They have bars in prison, but they don't have a bar in prison. Right? You know what I'm saying? The cards are all scrambled up. Let's see. I had the nicest walk on the beach. The nicest long walk on the beach today, you know? It's good for the mental stability. Really? If it cools down where you are and you can get out and walk in nature, just do it. Eastman is trying to cut a deal. Not going to happen. Jail might save Rudy's life. Yeah, he's a terrible alcoholic. He's a terrible... When a bar isn't a bar. He's a terrible alcoholic. It's very sad. Okay. Colorful Foresight does the different, goes to the different environments. That's why I do it. I got to change it up. I'm fortunate to live in an area where there's a lot of beautiful places to go. He in the background really makes you. Abbott is the worst. By the way, you know what we need to read on? Oh, I see a big bird over there. There's a huge wooded area at the end of the street. It's a dead end, and unfortunately, the developers are coming in. They're going to cut down all the trees to build housing. Huge pet peeve of mine. What happened with Hunter today? Oh, there's a bee. What happened with Hunter Biden today? I feel like the judge is biased in favor of MAGA, and I'm saying that off the cuff. I don't know anything about her. I do feel sometimes that's better. With Hunter Biden, he pled guilty, and then there was some complication, and it was unnecessary complications, and things weren't resolved, and I feel like there was some nefarious influences going on there. Ted Cruz hates Barbie. Can't even believe him. Google what? You have to say what it is, because you know I have the chat going on, so if you say Google it, I'm like, I forget what I was, I'm in my psychic brain. Oh, the hawk? Yeah, that was quite a moment, wasn't it? Okay. Pink is the new orange. What? What do you mean by that? Thomas? Hunter the Hunted. Yeah, isn't it interesting? Just Terry said she had a hawk in her backyard. Ooh, there's some serendipity there. Terry's my helper. We're going to look at what was going on with Hunter and the judge, and, things not getting settled today. We'll put it that way. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't really give you a whole legal synopsis. Okay. Cruz hates Pat Benatar for some reason. Well, let's try this, because she's a strong female. MAGA loves the orange clown. We're reading about what was going on in that courtroom with Hunter Biden. That was very unnecessary. It was very anti-Biden, and it wasn't cool. And from what I heard, that judge didn't have very much experience either. Yeah, it was an attack. It was an attack. It was to mess with Hunter's mind. That's what happened. And you guys can tell me more about what happened, because like I said, I go away from the news 5-6 hours. I was at the beach and all this stuff happens. However, this is a sort of truth. They did it to mess with Hunter Biden's head. Yes, Hunter does have a lawsuit against Marjorie Taylor Greene for defamation. Yeah. And the son, okay, this situation, what happened there, we will have the information on. Believe me, there are plenty of reporters going after that information right now. Yeah. Thank you, Maria. It really is abusive. It really is abusive. Just so you know, I pick up on the Biden family in a past lifetime being royalty in Ireland, and that they're working out a lot of karma from that lifetime. Will she be charged federally? I got a little lost. Are you talking about Marge? Let's read on her. Thank you for those of you that donate. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. By the way, I'm on Threads. I am on Threads. It's Annette Dion Psychic. Check it out. All right. But I pick up that the Bidens were, and I've said this before. You may have heard me say this. That my guidance is that we incarnate into the same family line about 70% of the time. And so I feel like the Biden family, Hunter included, in a past lifetime, were a royal family. And it feels like Ireland. Remember that huge reception that he got in Ireland also? They love Biden more than, Americans show Biden the love. In Ireland. Why not? Since I'm on the topic. What went on there? Yeah, see, I got the karma card. They're working out karma from that lifetime. So let me just recap. I'm talking about the Biden family. I mentioned about 70% of the time we incarnate into the same family line. The Bidens were royalty, a royal family in Ireland back in, I would say, like the 1600s. They're working out some karma from those lifetimes, and that's exactly the card that I picked. You know, part of my ancestry is there too. Like my grandma was all Irish. The Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it's interesting. Wow, it's interesting. What will drop any moment now? I'm trying to follow the chat, and I need to lay off for a second so I don't get all lost. The Three of Pentacles. Okay, so the Biden family are working out karma from a past lifetime as royalty in Ireland. And so they're building, kind of building anew in this lifetime, in the sense of, they're resolving karma. They came back to resolve karma. And the Strength card, this makes them stronger. We incarnate to become stronger. And it's through the conflicts that we become stronger. It's through conflicts that we become stronger. Because we have to resist things. And when we have to resist things, we kind of push back and we become stronger. And for that matter, while I'm on that topic, that's what's happening in the United States. So we have to resist. We have to fight back. We have to push back to have a stronger democracy. You know? We have to push back to have a stronger democracy. And when we're talking about the Biden family, the karma that they're going through is making them stronger as souls. Right? It's the challenges. Somebody mentioned Elon. I want to take a look at what's going on with Elon Musk. This was a few days ago he changed. I think it was Monday. I think he might be crazy. He is calling it X now instead of Twitter. So the first thing you think of when you see the big X is, it's not X marks the spot. That's not the first thing you think of with a big fat X, right? When you were in school and your teacher got the wrong answer, your teacher put an X through it, right? So it's really weird that Elon's calling it X. Is it like Xbox? Is it, what's up with that? So let's take a look. First of all, let's ask the question. Pendulum down, pendulum down. Let's ask the question. Is Elon mentally unstable right now? Well, that's a yes. Yeah, Zuckerberg owns Threads. That's true. I was never on Twitter. I just thought, I gotta market what I do. It's a necessary evil. Is Elon Musk just gonna kill Twitter? Yeah, I actually think, will Hunter be okay? I'll go back to that topic. I mean, I did answer that. The Strength card came, so they're working out some karma, they're building anew, and the Strength card came, so... Does that answer your question about Hunter? Hang on. The difficulty in their lives is karmic. The difficulty in everyone's lives is karmic, for that matter. And it's not that you did something horrible in a past life. Sometimes it's that, I believe. But sometimes it's that you came to refine you came to become more strong in the light, in your light. And you hear the crickets? And that happens when we have to push against things. So he'll be fine. He'll be all right. Start a yodeling group? Is it me or are things a little wacky tonight? I think it might be a little wacky. Will Twitter completely fail? Yeah. Yeah, Twitter will completely fail. Oh, Elon has a child named X. Oh. Oh. Thank you, Marby. Much appreciate. Yeah, it's a wacky Wednesday, isn't it? Okay, let's take a look at Elon. What the heck? Thank you for thanking people, Terry. It means a lot. We're reading on Twitter. We're reading on Twitter right now. Money for Twitter is from Russia for propaganda. Yeah, I know that. Well, I mean, once again, I don't know if that's common knowledge, but I definitely know that. Elon has 10 kids now. One is named X, another named Y. If my parents named me X or Y, I would just add to the letter, right? Elon is planning, this is interesting. Elon is planning to quickly, this is interesting because he turned it into X. And in the background, he's, I want to say colluding. The next one will be Z. Probably, right? Elon Musk. In the back of his mind, I think he's a hybrid. I think Elon may be a hybrid. But anyway, I can read on that too. In the background, there are backdoor deals going on with Elon. And it looks like what he's doing is, the word colluding keeps coming up. And when we think of the word colluding, we think of the Kremlin. Colluding with the Kremlin, it's kind of a thing. It will be discovered what Elon is doing. I know it's a private company, but it will be discovered. It will be outed. It will be outed. No, I'm not getting, no, I'm not talking about compromise. No, I'm not talking about compromise. I'm talking about an agreement to collude. Like that's like saying, Trump was compromised by colluding with Putin. No, it's not that, right? So he's got a plan, but it's going to be outed. What Elon is doing that's illicit will be outed. He can kind of do what he wants because it's a private company. But I think somebody said it earlier in the chat. I think he did this. Is it Russia to promote Russian propaganda? Is that accurate? Not quite. Is it that we're talking about Elon Musk changing Twitter to X, and what else is going on there? Is he colluding with a foreign enemy? Yes. So I didn't get the Kremlin. I think that Putin is really, the Kremlin, whoever's posing as Putin, really have too much going on. Oh, happy birthday, Maria. That's right, it's today. Happy. Is he colluding with the Saudis? Is that what's going on? Okay. For entertainment purposes only. I'm picking up that behind closed doors, so to speak. Elon changed it to X. It's a colluding situation. And it's with the Saudis. There's probably more going on there than I've investigated in terms of knowing everything the Saudis have been doing, or most of it. Okay, why are you guys putting up your blood types up there? What's going on? Are you talking about mosquitoes or something? Speaking of mosquitoes, I want to read on malaria in Florida. Speaking of Florida, not talking about malaria just yet. Speaking of Florida, I said yesterday in my video that I sensed lots of people that were spiritually minded in Florida rising up against the fascist. I do see that. And then just earlier on the news, I heard somebody being interviewed that heads up an organization that's working really hard to pretty much to get their democracy back in Florida. And they are FloridaDemocrats.org. So if you live in Florida, or even if you don't live in Florida and you want to help Florida, join FloridaDemocrats.org. Little sidebar, as I always do, Elon is O negative, which is a universal donor, as am I. If you're O negative, you really should give blood. RH negative and O, you've heard a link to hybrids. I might be a hybrid, but not like the Elon kind. The ocean water is topped 100 degrees. Malaria in Florida. We'll get to DeFascist too. Now it's O negatives of the universal donor. If you are O negative and you give blood, they don't have to, say, when they have a patient on the operating table or whatever, they don't even have to worry about it, because they could take the O negative blood and anyone can receive O negative blood. So that's why I make an effort to give blood regularly, every 3 months or so. Can't mix negative with the positive. Okay, so since we're talking about blood and all that, we're going to read on malaria in Florida. Everyone should give blood. I'm just saying, if you're O negative, it's even more important. If you want to help your fellow man, malaria in Florida. Speaking of mosquitoes, as soon as I say it, they'll probably show up. I don't feel one mosquito here. Has anyone heard that fluoride clouds your third eye? See, we're off the rails tonight. What's going on? What are you talking about, Damon? No, I don't know. Is that a thing? Fluoride clouds your third eye? I don't even know if I use fluoride. Malaria in Florida. It's not good, people. Because they have no leadership in Florida. Let's face it, they have no leadership in the state of Florida. They have a fascist, crazy person. I saw that truck before. You must live at the end of the street. Everybody has a truck in Maine, I swear. Here we go. We're reading on malaria in Florida. You're going to have to get out and eat. I know it's dangerous, but if you're in Florida. And I get that it's going to travel also to Texas. That's my psychic impression. Malaria in Florida. It's going to be a bit of a disaster. Ron DeFascist has look at how he treated COVID. Charlie Crist during the debate, during the governor election, called him right out on it, how many people died in Florida because Ron DeSantis refused to do anything about it. Malaria in Florida. He's going to refuse to do anything about it. The people are on their own. Oh my God, this is not good. They're on their own. They're imprisoned. The people in Florida are imprisoned in the sense that they have a governor that doesn't care. So they're in a state of paralysis. It's unbelievable. It's very disturbing. You guys are all talking about toothpaste, and I'm talking about more malaria spreading in Florida. You can talk about toothpaste if you want, I'm just saying. Are you with me? Satan is mean, that's an understatement. He's beyond cruel. So we're going to read. They have to do something. That you don't want an outbreak of malaria in the huge state of Florida, and I'm seeing it traveling to Texas too. You're with me? Yeah. It's no worries. You can talk about what you want. I just wonder, sometimes I'm like, did you hear what I said? I don't really see it in California, Maria. So here's the thing. I know people will get so sick. I'm thinking of the elderly in Florida, and this is awful. Ron doesn't care about people. Have you guys gotten the memo? Ron doesn't care about people. So everyone, if you live in Florida, Damon, you're right, people will get so sick. If you live in Florida, take precautions. Honestly. It's fine, Damon. Sometimes you lose me. Those cards were not good. Let me, I keep dropping my pendulum on the grass. Will Ron get ousted by the citizens of Florida? Yeah. I got that before, too. That's a strong yes. Ron DeSantis will be ousted by the people of Florida, and the pendulum's like jumping up and down. You know when you're on a swing set and the swing goes way, way up and that kind of, there's a little slack there? Yeah. This is bad. How will they oust him? Will they take some kind of a vote to remove him? No. Let me ask this, in Florida, will they just start taking over? The people just start taking over. The people will just start taking over, maybe like Mussolini. I don't see that. Take away his pudding. You know what's so funny is I heard DeSantis being, once in a while I call him DeSantis. He's in massive legal trouble. I read on that yesterday. He was being interviewed. It was on one of the Sunday shows. Ron DeSantis was being interviewed. Thank you for the donation, Catherine. And he literally was saying this. I mean, it's like, pick a different metaphor. The proof is in the pudding. Ron was really saying that. He was really saying that. The proof is in the pudding. I'm like, I don't know. Choose a different idiom. Idiotic, I'm telling you. He cut his staffing. Let's read on Ron's candidacy, which I've told you all. It's over for Ron in August. Yeah, his voice is so miserable. He's a miserable, miserable human. I wouldn't even want to hang out with him. He has the personality of a rock. I would say that a rock has a much better personality. Unbelievable. We're going to read on his candidacy, his run for president, which I think is over next week. You said that exactly the same time that I said it, James. That's funny. I said it's over next week, and I looked up and it said it's over next week. We're in sync. We're in sync. Well, the Hermit card speaks it right out loud. That's not a card of, oh, well, he's got all kinds of people in support around him. That's not that. The Queen of Cups, justice, the law is coming after the fascists. And when I see the females, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups, that indicates to me that the women in Florida are furious. Furious. Quinine is what they were going to use, what they used, or some places they used it for COVID, right? Am I right about that? The women in Florida, they're actually just furious. And what I see with this full moon coming up next week, I believe it's on Tuesday. I'm having a Spirit Talk podcast with Kathy Beal. Please share these videos if you can, because it's such good stuff. In the Spirit Talk podcast, we're going to do a show with Kathy Beal, award-winning astrologer Kathy Beal. And the Spirit Talk podcasts are underneath the videos too, not underneath the lives on my channel. Yeah, no alimony. The things that Ron has done. He's going to be, yeah. I see especially the feminine, the females coming after him and being so angry. And actually that makes sense with the abortion bans and the alimony, not requiring partners to pay alimony. That they've been paying alimony for like decades, and the schools, what he's doing with the schools and all that. Really amazing. So it's the women. It makes sense that I'm picking up on it's the female energy that's going to be like, Mama Bear, not on my watch. You are going. Okay. Hydrochloroquine. Is that the same thing? I see. Thought you were going to bring me some watermelon.
Oh no, I haven't even cut it.
Hint, hint.
Got hot dogs.
All right. No. Okay. Why are y'all saying no? Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. Thomas wants me to have some watermelon. Wait, you spelled it wrong. Anyway. Yeah, well, let's ask this. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I was talking to my sister. John, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all your donations and sending you a big smooch. Thank you so much. You're so generous. Thank you. And thank you to all of you who donate, no matter how much it is. It inspires me. I'm so inspired. Will the people in Florida get the medication that they need? It does look like that. I feel the federal government stepping in. And what I'm referring to is I'm going to the malaria topic. Okay. Patty had to get a new handle. Not really safe having your name out there. Too many crazies. Don't worry about it. You remember when the witches cursed Trump at the Women's March and his life went downhill from there? I did not know about that. Were they the Salem ones? And then he calls it a witch hunt. Anyway, sorry, I'm jumping around, but you know me. Hi, Patty. Yes, thank you to all the people that are helping out here. Well, I'm thinking about it. Well, let's do a little commercial break. If you'd like to book a reading, it's psychic.AnnetteDion.com. Please watch Church of Spirituality because it will make your life better. It will change your life. It really will. And I offer so much of this for free. So, just take advantage of it. If you become a member, a YouTube channel member, that's in the description. At the higher levels, like the High Priestess level and the World level, you, as one of the surprises, the fun things, is you get to attend a psychic party, and it's the last Saturday of the month. So this is the last Saturday of the month coming up. A membership means that you will automatically be donating a certain amount to my channel every month. And that's called regular income. Something I've never really my whole life, not really ever known regular income. So there's that, and grassrootsofdemocracy.com is where we work very hard to save our democracy, and we have a meeting tomorrow night on Thursday. We have meetings on Saturday, and go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com to find out what we're up to. Okay. What am I asking next? Let's go to the Orange Menace, as Andre at Astrology Alert calls him, the Orange Menace. Let's tune in a little bit to him. Well, angry. You support PBS? Good for you. Trump is like, this is a weird thing to say, but it feels like Trump is like kicking things. I feel anger, but it's being expressed. Really mad. Like maybe he's punching stuff. I don't know. I just feel like he's really, really mad. So let's look. Let's look. We're just looking at, what's going on with him. What's going on with it? It's really interesting and it's so funny because I'm looking across the street and the address is 45. I just saw that. So I'm reading on 45. I just noticed that. Wow. All the times I've tuned into Trump, and it's been countless times, I've never felt this kind of rage. But I have mentioned before that I sense a murderous energy, like consciousness, like just wanting to kill someone. I'm not saying that he will. I'm not saying that. All I'm reporting on was what I'm picking up on is he just wants somebody to die. It's yucky. Yeah, yucky. It's yucky energy. Early onset dementia. Is that one of the symptoms? That might be. Okay. Huh. We're reading on that because I've never picked up on this particular type of rage with him. And actually, now that you mention it, I think that is a sign of early onset of dementia. But this type of anger, the Ten of Swords, I've been getting this on Trump a lot. He's got it coming at him from all ends, and that's the wise owl. That's justice. That's the DOJ after him. And I really do. Yeah, he has long haul COVID too. Thank you for putting my info up there. I appreciate it. I can't describe it except to say that, I wouldn't get in his way because it would be dangerous. And he really wants, Trump is getting more and more news, like piling it on, like this person defected. He's getting the news. He's getting a lot of news about people turning on him. Oh, that's one of the symptoms of syphilis that wasn't treated properly. Also, in addition to a symptom of dementia. Yeah, this is really bad. This is a sort of truth coming out, and he's getting the news all the time on a regular basis. It's like, the way that you tune into the news and like I do intermittently throughout the day, and if I miss 3 hours in a row, I miss something. I find that out often. He gets the news. He's getting hammered with bad news all day, every day. Yeah, and I'm sure he has long COVID. I've told you before that when he got COVID, I was convinced he was going to die. There was some intervention there, but he had the energy of he's going to die. Wow. So let's look at what's going to happen for him next week. The Orange Menace. I love that. I love all the nicknames, but the Orange Menace stuck with me. Okay. Next week. Trump next week. Delirium. Yeah. The rage. But it does seem like early onset of dementia. I'll check the pendulum on that. Next week for Trump. Nine of Cups has been indicative of all the evidence against him. I'm picking up on Fani Willis really strongly. The Four of Cups indicates, what was that? A beetle just flew in my head. The Four of Cups indicates a missed opportunity. Remember I said yesterday, if you watched yesterday, there were a couple of misses for the DOJ, but it's not enough for them to like lose the case. I feel there's going to be a little bit of a snag the first week of August. I do feel indictments coming next week. And the Queen of Swords, Letitia James. I keep saying Letitia James when I mean Fani. There's got to be something that's going on with Letitia James because I keep on meaning to say Fani and I keep saying Letitia James instead. Yeah, Trump almost died from COVID. I thought the card said he was going to die at that time. October 2020. I think it was the 1st. He was going out there pretending there was nothing. It was a Democratic hoax. It was like COVID. It was like he really thought that it was invented to take him down. Talk about narcissist. Anyway. Yeah, I do see some snags for justice, but it's snags. It's not. Here comes the watermelon.
Wednesday watermelon.
Thank you. It's gonna taste so good. He lied about the COVID too, that's true. So anyway, it's looking like he's buried. He's buried in trouble. I don't mean literally buried. You know what I mean? What was Patty asking? Something I already answered? I mean, I'll recap a little bit. Did I see McConnell space out? Yes, my first impression, which is what I always go with, it was that he was dehydrated and he's on medication and he passed out. And he hasn't been the same since. Mitch McConnell hasn't been the same since that fall. It's time for a watermelon break. Wow. Remember I told you the trick? I'm going to give you some useful information. In case you missed it. I read somewhere that if you want to get a sweet watermelon, you know the stripes on a watermelon? Here it is. 2 fingers wide. And also like a bit yellow on the side that the watermelon sits on the ground when it's growing. That's a good watermelon. It's true. Let me tell you here, it's true. So, pass the salt with your slice. I am a lover of salt, but I don't love salt on watermelon. Really good. It's true. Listen for the thump. And it was a very heavy one too, which means it was really fresh and watery. So eat it with mustard. Thomas, are you serious? Darren agrees with that's a good way to pick a watermelon. I didn't know. It was news to me, but it's definitely true. Okay, so throw some questions up. Those are what I can think of right now. You heard to put pepper on it to activate the melon. It's just so good the way it is. Throw some questions up. And then we'll say goodnight. Yeah, yellow on the bottom, it's ripe. Yep, definitely. You can pickle watermelon rind. That sounds interesting. Are college applications down in states with restrictive abortion laws? Oh. Yes, I would say yes to that. I never heard of putting mustard on a watermelon either. Will the U.S. women win the World Cup? I don't really do sports. It's just there's too many variables to really get a clear read. UFO, we covered that already. Will we pass a law requiring EV charges along interstates? Some. Not enough. Some laws. Feels like it's a, doesn't feel like it would be a federal law. Thank you, Betty, for joining us. Mitch McConnell needs to retire. Is Paxton going to be prosecuted? Yes. Let's read on Paxton. Ken Paxton in Texas. Save the seeds to grow a watermelon? We're reading on Ken Paxton in Texas. The European Union passed a law for EVs that has to be within 30 miles. Every 30 miles, there has to be a charging station. It's going to get complicated here. Namaste to you. DOJ is going to KO Abbott. Yes, I got that. I get that too. Okay. Yes? You need something? No problem. We've had plenty of interruptions. Justice, this is Ken Paxton. I got the justice card. He has a huge burden, and he can't hide from the truth. He's been a criminal forever. Well, Kathy, I like being in the outdoors. Thank you. He did pay the judge $1 million. I heard that too, but I don't really see that it's helped all that much because we have the justice card and the burden on Paxton. He's crimed too much. There comes a point where you've just crimed too much. But the sword of truth, I mean, that's justice. She's holding the sword of truth. I do get that it's going to take longer than it should. So what do you say we do one more question, and then I'm gonna go eat hot dogs and beans, I think. Tofu dogs. We didn't get tofu dogs, just beans, I guess, for me. And some s'mores. The outcome on the UFO hearing today, I don't know, were they going for an outcome? I did read on the ETs earlier. You have to give me a little bit more, like, I didn't know they were looking for some kind of conclusion on the ET hearings. Oh yeah, oh, it's really beans and brown bread. Too hot to make bread today. Oh yeah, Maine is lovely. Maine is really lovely. Yes, I'm in Maine. I love Maine. It's just, but everyone else is starting to love Maine too, and it's getting very developed. Love the videos today. Oh, thank you. Narcissistic collapse, silicar symptoms as dementia, double whammy. Oh, interesting. So, let's see. Will you pass a law that if you're a traitor to the United States and our president, you go straight to jail? That's called the 14th Amendment. Does Tucker live in Maine? Tucker Carlson? He might. Maine needs to get rid of that senator. That's Susan Collins. The one that said, oh, I think Trump has learned his lesson. Yeah, right. And you're making a funny joke. How's Biden? Let's do this. Sorry, if I don't understand the question, I can't answer it, but I'll do my best to answer the question about, what's the question about Joe Biden? I feel like Biden's doing okay. He knows that, Hunter has to go through what he has to go through. It's his karma. It's his karma. Maine and Vermont are cooler than most states. I'm telling you, there's a lot of relief here. It really, even on the beach, it was hot, but there was a nice cool breeze, and the ocean water was warmer than usual. Like you could go in. It's very, very unusual. Okay. Joe Biden. He's having some challenges, yep. But he's also having a lot of support. Joe Biden is having a lot of support. He's got a lot of challenges. He does his best to just, let Hunter do what Hunter needs to do. And, well, hang on. I'll get back to that. Electrostorm. I told you before, I said it before, and I said it again. And I'll say it again. Joe Biden knows what's coming for the insurrectionists. So it gives him peace when he thinks about that. Hi, Anna. So he's got his challenges, but Joe Biden has a lot of support. And you know what? The other day I said, when I read on Biden on Monday, I saw a lot of support. And then I found out somebody from the Kennedy family donated $1 million. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Yes. Oh, thank you, Moonchild, for acknowledging that I'm taking time away from my retreat. I'm not really. Here's how I justify going away. I say, I'll go away and I'll work while I'm away. And that makes me feel not guilty. So Joe Biden's, he's doing okay. He has a lot of support. Lentils and peas soaking. Lovely. Yeah, Beth, I'll be outside as much as I can. What else? There's one more thing. What was it? We can save her for Friday. I don't remember. Yes, there's a barking dog. We're outside. I don't know where I think he might be in the house next door. I got a little tan today. Yes, I did. That Sicilian blood in me makes me golden. I'm grateful. The drive to Maine is about an hour and a half. Yep. Yeah. I don't feel guilty. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm humbled. And when the hawk flew over my head during my video yesterday, that had a profound impact on me. Profound. In a good way. It was very humbling. So let's wrap it up with the dog. The dog said, okay, it's time to wrap it up. With 3 cards. And then any questions that we didn't get to or that I just kind of flew off somewhere and forgot to answer, we'll get to those on Friday. So make sure you come back. Are there a lot of hot guys in Maine? On the beach, yeah. I was just thinking that I don't know if the video posted because I'm having a little trouble making shorts, but I'll try it again. I made a video on the beach of just, showing you the ocean. I'll post it later. And then these guys run by. It's with their surfboards. It's pretty funny. I didn't expect them. 3 community cards. Let's remember that I come back on Friday. I can only do an outdoor video if I have Wi-Fi, if I have some way to connect to Wi-Fi, as far as the live streams go. The Tuesdays and Thursdays shorter vids will be uploaded, so those will be under videos. Live streams are under live. 3 cards for the community. Don't believe everything that you hear. Don't believe everything that you hear. Between now and... I need to do my nails. Between now and Friday. Don't believe everything you hear, because there's a lot going on behind the scenes that's good that we don't hear about in the news. Keep your eye on that. I said that at the beginning too. So it must be that we're going to be hearing things that scare us, but we don't have the whole story. There's lots of good news coming. I have the magician card again. This is really indicative of the people having the power, using the power that we have to change things for the better, which is really the theme that I started with. So everybody accentuate the positive. All right? And somebody mentioned that Corey wasn't well, so I'll check in and see what's going on with him. You heard something is happening Thursday? You mean in the news? I don't know. May the force be with you all. And let me toast you with some watermelon. Have an awesome evening, or whenever you're watching this. I hope you're doing awesome. Send in your great vibes. Indictments are coming. Be positive. It's hard to do namaste when I have watermelon in my hand. Namaste, I love you. See you soon. Tune in on Friday.